be happy right now. There's gonna be a bunch of upset people because they're gonna become aware of some things they didn't want to become aware of, and they're gonna try to pretend to be blind to the fact, but it's you gotta look at the way it happened. You got not what happened. You gotta look at the way it happened, And if that was something that was actually real, those reactions, it would have been more chaotic. Those would have been more chaotic reactions, But I'm not here to. This channel was never on intentions of trying to sound smart or try to fight a battle that's not yours, So I'm trying to stay in my lane. But right now I'm noticing that, funny things are happening when you truly know the reasoning behind this. Whether you want to get into detail or not. There's some people who are better in positions, in way better positions to speak about some things than someone else, But you gotta, this is something you gotta do in real time right now. You gotta do this in real time right now, because if you don't, you're gonna come across as someone who's, waiting to see what another person says, and all that's phony, So this is my take right now, And, there's gonna be people who come aware and see, behind that, even, it doesn't really matter what other information they come up with, It's what you actually saw. But anyway, this is just an indirect attack on people who are kind of doing their own thing right now, And if you're someone who's being it's just like these big old, view illusions going on, and numbers being played with and all this stuff, and that's something you don't even care about. It's just something you notice. You're just being gaslit, and everything is going through you. That's the way I look at this right now, So even when it comes to those of you who are showing your evidence, and you're showing proof, and you're questioning proof, and you're questioning other people, listen, I'm beyond that, because I don't look at this as, this is what's happening to you. This is something that's happening through you. So whatever that you see and they're doing it to you, that's the illusion, that's the joke. You're invisible. They're treating you as your opinion don't matter. We don't care about your opinion, okay? You're invisible to us, okay? Because you're not fighting for America. Because you're not picking one of the sides. Because you're not being a part of the separation that they're trying to cause. This is what it's about. That's what it's about. And because this is why this whole word, TI, what I'm saying, and all this that people want to create a community out of, it's way too broad for it to be a community at this point. So I'm not here to try to sound smart anymore. It's too broad of a situation, those being gang stalked and targeted. That's, what I'm saying? And this is something that people try to reel you back in to a revolving door to speak about the stupid things, to speak about the third dimensional things. No, that's not the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as someone said, individuals doing this and participating fear your future and what you're capable of, speaking into the future and knowing what's going to happen and stuff like that, because you're the one who really knows what's going on. And that's where you get a few select who are really on, and you get tears on this. There's tears. This is the reason some people are speaking the way they are. So, you know what I'm saying? No one's comparing anyone to anyone on this. I'm allergic to bees, so hopefully I don't come over here. But we got to give respect where it's due too. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, I'm kind of, earlier I was kind of, man, these mosquitoes, pacing back and forth and kind of wondering, man, it's going to walk. Gotta be kidding me. I was pacing back and forth and I was wondering, I really don't know where this channel is headed now, especially after that happening. And you already seeing those who see that. There's no need for, I don't like to speak on, this is where you get into things like sharing things. So something's going to have to happen here. Chill right here. Something's going to have to happen. And I just woke up right now, but I had to get this vid out. I don't really care the way I look or sound right now. I just had to get this out, and I had to speak my part, because people like to wait and see what other people say and then add their little context to it and stuff. And I'm not going to do that right now. So I saw that, I'm not buying it at all because of the way the reactions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's scripted, you know? And those, it's a whole, the things that you don't see, it's almost like an indirect way of saying that it's just ridiculous, you know? That's just to try to cause separation, man. And try to just get people back into things, you know? And to take all the attention away from what's really happening to people, you know? And how, you know, when you're someone who uses the whole gang-stalked targeted thing, you're never going to be taken seriously. You're never going to be taken seriously. And the way that you're fighting it and you think that you're going to win fighting it that way, it's not even that, you're not even going to get the freedom you think you're going to get. That's why some of us are coming a different way with it. And some of us just want to live our lives. And you can see that some people going through this right now are being haters, actually. And that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be hating on someone else who's going through the same thing as you. You know? Like I said, we all come from different ethnicities. We all come from different backgrounds. A lot of you are into politics. You know, a lot of you are Republican, Democrat. A lot of you are Christians, you know, the whole 9 yards, but you're really going through this. So this is where I'm coming from. It's a very broad thing, yo. It's a very broad thing. Because you can clearly see that a lot of us are not seeing eye to eye. A lot of you who are being targeted in the U.S. are not seeing eye to eye with others because you're over here really thinking that that was real. I'm not looking at it that way. And on top of that, I don't look at, you know, someone who thinks like that as a higher tier person who's even going through these things either, because you're in one of their categories. You've been categorized. That's it. Another categorization tactic for you to pick one of the two to get you back into it. This ain't my lane, yo. This ain't my lane. But this is for those of you who are actually going through things because you know things, yo. So this is just another version of hoping you will talk about it, just like the way others got, harassed. People got harassed for speaking about the pandemic. This is where people are coming from. That's the perspective I'm coming from, you know. So, like I said before, the politics stuff ain't my lane. So I'm not trying to tell any of you to, you know, agree with what I'm saying. Just listen to a dude and what he's saying. Don't use the way someone looks right now against them and all that, because that completely goes against the main focus of this video. You get what I'm saying? There's some of us going through things, yo, because of the whole 9 yards, because of what we know, the way we do things intellectually, physically. If you're someone who's really going through this, yo, you're like a really strong person because you've been through a lot of things, but there's definitely got to be tears to it. There's definitely got to be tears to it if you're someone who's going through this, but you're still picking one of the two. You're still in a category. Okay, then there's tears to it then. There's some of us who've expanded our awareness a little higher than that. And it's starting to show right now. And individuals are going to start getting upset. This is why some of us who understand this, we're not going too far with specifics. We're not going too far with trying to overshare, and we're not going too far. And you may look at it as, you know, this person being phony because they're not pushing boundaries or something. But then this is where we get into things like people not giving credit. This is where we get into things like people acting like they didn't learn that from someone else. This is where we get into things like people trying to overthrow someone and all that nonsense. And we're not going to have that over here. We're not going to have that over here. Because we've been given credit. We had videos that got deleted, and I did give credit to many channels. I give credit to many channels. And these channels know who I am. They know. And it don't matter, yo, as long as we just shit. You know, that don't mean you got to show yourself all the time. Just, hey, man, just keep it real. That's all it is, yo. So I'm just keeping it real on this vid. I'm going to try to make it 15 minutes and just get everything out that I got to get out, yo. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to probably call this one, you're gaslit. You know, you're shadow banned, where funny things happen on purpose to make you see it, to see if you're going to get upset, or, you know, a little spanking on the ass where like, oh, don't talk about that, you know, or you're not going to blow up talking about that, you know, slap in the face type stuff. Whatever, yo. We're going to keep it 100 over here. We're going to keep it 100 over here. You know, so that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous, just watching to see how far people will go, how far people will do things just to wow, man, just to change up everything. You know? Yeah, but it's gonna be a minute now. It's gonna be a minute now. You know, you can't get too specific because people are gonna think you're nuts. So that's where I'm coming from, and I'm not crazy. You know, you can't, you know, because I know I can check it out. I can understand how someone can watch this video right now and be like, this dude is full of foolishness, or this dude. But anything you use, especially if it's externally, to make it look like, oh, that's why I look stupid, then you're not that smart as a person, because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just listening to the way I'm saying it or something, or you're looking at the way I look or something. So you're not listening to what someone's saying. You know, I had a good point, but I just missed it. But no, I was gonna call this vid, orchestrated, you know, spiritual orchestration, gangstalk, you know what I'm saying? And this is something that I'm just done speaking on. I've already done my piece with that, because you already see what happens, bro. It's a revolving door. And I think, you know, for someone to leave a petty comment talking about when I was hooping, talking about, oh, where's the proof and where's the evidence? Man, that's petty and ridiculous, because you're going to say that, and there was already proof in that vid. So y'all be careful, you know. Some of us, we're just past this now. And if not, and if there's some of you who still want to have, you know, content over that, then I'll find a way to like break it down and make it content for those who are becoming more aware, you know, and you're someone who kind of has a full, you know, you're a very adaptable, versatile person. So everything you're aware of, you're able to play that into the physical to even prove your awareness type stuff. That's kind of how you get into this too, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, someone who couldn't handle the truth, someone who couldn't handle this, of course you're not going to, you know, even understand or comprehend this whole video. You're not going to be able to understand or comprehend this whole video. So this video ain't for everyone. This video, a lot of people are not going to understand this video, but if you do, like it, you know. Because we're not getting lost in a revolving door anymore, yo. We're not getting lost in a revolving door anymore. That's a shame. That's a shame to, you know, so much for community and stuff, yet, you know, you're just this indirect bashing stuff. That's what's going on, you know. As far as I'm concerned, any content creator, which is a few now. I don't watch many anymore. Just a few. I watch a few. Listen to a few. I listen to a few. I always make sure to like and support. You know what I'm saying? Even every other month or now, I'll even send a little, you know? So, but that's not the point. The point is just do you. Just do you now. Because let me end the video on this. Do you now, bro. Do not care. You can clearly see now, it does not matter. With what happened now and everyone's reaction, do you. Do not have in you one bit of being afraid of what people think or being scared about what you're going to do or none of that. Don't have any of that in you anymore. Do you. Do what you think is best for you. Just do not worry about the outcome. Do what you think is best for you. Just do the right thing that's best for you, yo. Really look within you and try to see what's up, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to have any more breaks of silence of me trying to figure out what else to say, yo. So I guess I said I was going to call this video, like targeted, gaslit, but protected. Because, let me end it there, because I wanted to use a protection word. The reason I say protected is because there may be times where you're like, there's something going on with numbers, or how come this isn't getting much exposure? And it's almost like it's indirectly like protecting you, as if you shouldn't be, this isn't what you're supposed to do or something. So that's where it's a mind trick, you know, so don't get mind tricked either, you know, just do what's best for you. Don't do things out of expectation. Do what's best for you and don't worry about the expectation. I'm gonna end it there on 15. Thanks for watching.